Oh wait, you guys can't see this. Okay. What about now?
No.
What about now?
No.
What about now? Sweet. Time to finish these guys out here. How many tissues does nematode have? What is a nematode?
Oh, roundworm.
Yeah, they're Lauren's favorite from biology. Roundworms. How many does arthropod have?
3.
What kind of symmetry for nematoda? Bilateral. What about arthropod?
Yeah.
Bilateral. What about nervous system for nematode? Complex. Complex. Coelom?
Yeah.
Coelom?
For nematode.
Yeah.
Well, no. Correct? Well, no.
It's not no either.
So,
They
slightly.
have
Sometimes.
coelom.
They're pseudo-coelomates.
That's what it was.
I can spell it right even. Arthropods.
Thank you for giving us enough space to write that down.
Are coelomates.
That's where my pencil is.
Embryonic development.
I was wondering where that was.
I didn't think it was a
Indirect. Why indirect? Do they?
Offspring aren't this well. Do they look like their parents?
The wording of unique offspring.
Yeah. They are indirect as well. They have a larval stage. Indirect. Larval. Indirect. Larval.
Yeah. I see something. Did we have the whole this whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. Sensory organs. Yeah, they have eyes, taste. These guys have eyes. Taste is what we're going to call smell. It's the same thing but different. Touch for both of them. Locomotion for nematodes. Yeah, crawl, burrow, swim. Arthropods can swim, crawl, and then new one here, fly. Nematodes are the roundworms. Arthropods are the jointed legs.
That's right.
That's right. Any examples of a nematode here?
Frog. Oh, no.
Not earthworms, those are an annelida, the segmented worms. Roundworms are fungus. Roundworms are fungus. You obviously haven't watched the fungus lecture yet.
Isn't there? What about the underwater snails or whatever?
They're snails, they're mollusks.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're snails.
Pinworms.
They're not going to be arthropods.
Pinworms.
Have you seen that?
Those are a human parasite.
No? Are you joking? I need Canada to come in here. She knows what I'm talking about.
And then arthropods, lots of examples here. Crustaceans,
So can I write shrimp?
shrimp, that's a crustacean, insect,
Oh, I still want to write.
and spider. All good examples of arthropoda there.
What if I can write it?
This counts as
Oh, yeah. Are you gonna grade for this?
No, that's just to help you study.
That's something.
Aiden is this close to coming in and asking you to like put in a placeholder grade so that he can play on Monday. He was talking to me about
All
it
our
this
grades
morning,
are in except for
he was
the
like-
exam.
He's like,
Until-
I'm about to go up.
Yeah, until the exam, all our grades are in.
Yeah.
Okay, the protostome developmental sequence arose just once in evolutionary history, resulting in two main subgroups, Lopetrochozoa and Ecdysozoa. What does this finding suggest? Yeah. Oh, we didn't do the first one. This is Q1 then. I just didn't have the first one labeled. We'll go back and look at the first one though. You guys all got it right. It was where on the tree was multicellularity.
This is Q2.
This is
Q1.
technically Q2, but I didn't show you Q1, so you can write Q1 and Q2. Either way is fine. It is a Friday. Make an uneducated one then. The answer's probably easier than you're making the question to be. All right, we ready here? Lauren, are you gonna fall asleep on me?
No, I'm trying to guess. I took a really good nap in
In Stroh's class, poor Stroh. All right, what do we got? B.
What you say when the doctor said that
Ah. Okay.
I also said, aw.
Ah. The correct answer here is C. So remember that Lopetrochozoa, there's a lot to unpack here. Lopetrochozoa and Ecdysozoa are both inside of what we call the protostomes. Remember that there's two groups on our phylogenetic tree that we talk about. We talk about protostome here, and we talk about deuterostome here.
Yeah, I remember them being lowered, but I wasn't sure, like...
So they're not coming from each other. They're coming from a different organism here. But protostomes include all of these guys, the Lopetrochozoans, and these guys, the Ecdysozoans. So they had to have protosome development first for all of these groups to then split off. They're not paraphyletic. They all have protostomes, so they're monophyletic. Okay. Bloop. Now we can get to the big animals.
What is this?
Big animals time. Which of these choices would support your hypothesis that an animal you discovered is an ecdysozoan and not a Lopetrochozoan?
Why did they make the word like this?
That's what I was saying, bro. Like,
I yelled at Aubrey during forensics the other day because there was a poorly animated cicada that was molting its shell. That process is called ecdysis. When something molts out of one and gets into something bigger,
Oh, like,
that is
snails.
ecdysis, not snails.
When
They don't
shed
molt.
their skin.
Oh, so it's like...
So like spiders, snakes is different, but yes,
This one is like
same kind of
literally-
idea.
It's like the bug, and there's like a
Like lobsters and like yeah,
slit in the top, and
Mhm.
just like pop out of it.
Oh, so like the
Yeah.
picture you showed us.
like the picture I showed you. That's ecdysis.
And then local...
Lopetrochozoan is named after how they feed and what their larva looks like. Yeah, the Lophophore and the Trochophore there.
Alright.
You know what that's like?
All right, what we got?
We'll start in the alphabet.
We got D.
Agree.
D is correct. Yes. That they grow by molting, because only which group does that? On the of these two, the ecdysozoans do. So that would let you know which one was which. Okay, so we've talked. We're up through here right now. We've done all of these guys. So we've only got these little ones down here left. The big ones. Yeah, so we've talked about these guys before. The simpler animals, ones that have one or two germ layers here. Things about your sponges, your coeluate flatworms, your comb jellies, jellyfish, and then these placozoans, which are like amoeba-like. We've talked about being bilateral and being a protostome. Protostome are all these guys. Yes, Chris?
Do we have a lab next week, you said?
We do have a lab next week.
Does it involve microscopes?
No. It involves visible things. Now, you might be using a dissecting scope, but not a compound scope. Okay, looking at these guys here, we've got the deuterostomes left. The deuterostomes have a couple groups inside of them. The echinodermata, the hemichordata, Zerno. This one is a little bit, they have moved these
Where are
guys.
we? Like humans.
And then chordata is us.
Okay, gotcha.
We're down here at the very end here. Yeah. So during gastrulation, or when they're forming in the embryonic stage here, this blastopore forms, and this structure will become the anus in deuterostomes. And then for our coelom, instead of the coelom being solid and then splitting, it's split and then those pinch off to become the coelom there. We've talked about this.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember. Wait, yeah, exactly.
We did
I
the same
remember
thing,
this
but for protostome. This time it's for deuterostome.
Oh,
So this is a little bit different than the protostome one. Usually deuterostomes are large-bodied, morphologically, meaning they have a lot of shape thing going on, complex. They're initially grouped by embryonic development, and they end up being very diverse adult organisms. Everything that we haven't talked about yet, fish and frogs and salamanders and reptiles and birds and humans and hagfish are all inside of this group here. So all of these organisms are deuterostomes, ones that develop from the back end forward. Okay, let me pull this guy over. Seabiscuit. Seabiscuit, run.
Stop copying me. Swear to God.
Give it to me all the time.
Go, little piggies.
That's what happens when a mommy Seabiscuit and a daddy Seabiscuit love each other very much. Okay, in the deuterostomes, there's 4 main phyla here. They are the Echinodermata, which are the sea stars and sea urchins. Like that last guy there. The Hemichordata, which are acorn worms. And then Xenoturbella, which are worm-like. There's some discussion about where these guys fall inside of here. Some people have put them here. Some people have put them here. Some people have put them here. Lots of places that they've been. Letters there, yeah. And then the one you're most familiar with is Chordata here, which are vertebrates like us.
Why is just one not bolded?
That's a good question. Let me bold the other one for you. You can tell you're in your EMT class.
Listen, Dixon is very very important about the bolding.
Ah!
Wait, is it? What's Dixon's last name?
Brown.
I know him. I built a deck with
You
him.
know, like everybody.
That's true.
Apparently
Oh,
everybody.
Yeah, it's because he's been working since he was 4.
You and you're like
Yeah, I know. On the board.
head up on the board, yeah.
That's because I used to
Yeah.
watch the ambulance. So
I was
then I got to go
laughing.
to like one of the parties at Red Horse.
Laughing my butt
Yeah.
off. I was like,
Excuse
"Is
me."
that Chris? And Jim was like, yeah, that is. And I was laughing.
Yeah.
For a little while.
Well, my grandpa used to be like the chief, or what was he?
He's the head. Yeah, he's the prez.
Yeah, he's president.
Yeah. When I first started there, he was the president.
Do you think she was laughing?
All right, Echinodermata here. These guys have spiny skins.
I don't know why.
All of Echinodermata are marine. This is something, Lauren, you can see that is underlined, and underlines are also important. Just about 7,000 species of these, and they like to live in deep water environments. But your starfish, all of these guys here, very cute looking guys.
Skinny skins.
Spiny.
Oh, oh my gosh. That's so stupid.
Spiny skins.
I wrote it down.
So things like sea urchins, starfish, sea cucumbers, brittle stars, the crinoids.
I want to hold that one.
This one, like this one here.
No, I want to hold that one.
Have you ever met a stingray, Aubrey?
Huh?
You met a stingray? Yeah. I love stingrays. They're so cute.
I think they were cow nose.
Cool.
Rays.
Yeah.
Guys, why you guys look so
They're actually.
They feel so weird. They feel like wet leather.
like rubbery.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd think they're like slimy.
Yeah.
And then you
No.
touch them and they're like totally different. You're like, oh, have you touched a bamboo shark before? No, they're like rough.
Oh yeah, they are.
It's
'Cause they have
also
the
confusing. Yeah,
they have the hooks.
they're super cool though. Even like
You
speed
can
of
do
squid.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to like actually learn where things are in the ambulance?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Dude, of course.
There's a scavenger hunt that you'll do though.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's fun.
Where you going? You're an EMT trainer?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
been talking
Greer's
about, like, all
back and forth runner now.
Gonna be my runner. That's right.
are you like certified?
Am I like certified only for the last year and a half, Chris?
Well, I was talking about like certified for like EMTs. I don't even know.
Chris, that's the only certificate.
Well, you can be a driver, but you can't like do other. Right? Am I
Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
They won't let me drive though.
Not yet.
That'd be a little sketch, guys. You have to be like 8. How old do you have to be?
Are they gonna make you guys do HVAC though? which is the driving course.
No, the insurance won't let them.
Won't let you even take the course?
I don't think they're not gonna, I don't think the insurance is gonna like support
Stop.
that
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
They
Interesting.
didn't even want to support us being in the bus, let alone actually
Yeah,
knowing
yeah.
about
Okay. Interesting.
it. Or they might, but not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Do
Guess
they
we'll
use
find out
the
together.
EMTs do it?
What's that?
Do they use the EMTs do it?
Everybody should know how to drive the bus.
Yeah.
In case you have to move it in an emergency situation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. If I'm busy, and yeah. Anyway. Echinodermata have some synapomorphies. The first thing here is the adults are radially symmetrical, meaning we're back into a circle. But what germ layer were we in a circle, radially symmetrical? 2. And these guys are 3. So this is just in the adults. The larval stage is still bilateral. The cool thing about Echinodermata is their circular bits here will always be in groups of 5. So like if you count these big parts here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. That is very common for all of your Echinodermata. I'm going to swap back real quick here. This guy's got 5 legs. This guy's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things going on there.
Why 5?
5 is their number. That's how when they go through development, that's how they go through their how they become circular. So if you see an adult that is radially symmetrical with a larval stage that is bilaterally symmetrical, think Echinodermata in the back of your head there.
Yeah, I'll remember that word.
Because remember, we're in bilateral here, but we have this weird, these guys that are radially symmetrical. Like I said, the larval stages are bilateral here. They can only be cut one way. This guy can't be cut any other way and still be in half there. Another cutie here. They also have endoskeletons that are made of calcium carbonate, CaCO3. Please excuse my poor nomenclature here. Let me fix that.
I thought you were going to say, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
No, dear Aunt Sally does not need excused. There we go. Much better. Woo! I changed my subscript there to actually being a subscript. They have these plates inside of their skin. Some of them are rigid plates, some of them are flexible plates, depending on what part of the animal needs to move and what part of the animal is structural, defensive, or otherwise, feeding. Mm-hmm. Which one?
You're not teaching anatomy this year, right?
I'm not teaching anatomy this year. Every other year. Yeah, next year.
I don't necessarily want to take anatomy, but taking like a class that specializes in like learning about muscle
Mm-hmm.
would be really good.
Mm-hmm. If you go into physical therapy school, you'll get even more muscles.
Yeah, but I don't want to like.
You have to go through all the anatomies and biochems and stuff first, but
You have to do all the painful classes.
yeah.
I'm like holding my chapstick at the same
It's
time.
like 2 years of actually fun classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how my courses are. COC3.
Lauren, if you like it, it should be fun.
Dang it.
Same though, girl.
But you know, organic chemistry is not necessarily my most favorite thing.
Yeah. You get through it.
No, I don't think I will.
Stop.
One way or the other. All right. Another thing that these guys have is they have a water vascular system. They have these tube feet that help them to feed and to move.
Got feet.
They got feet.
Feet. Do their feet have feet?
There's feet. It's not feet by the feet.
Their feet don't have feet.
It's feet by the arm.
Fruit by the foot.
Their arms have feet.
Their arms have feet.
Starfish feet are
Crazy cool.
crazy.
Crazy, crazy cool.
I think that's the one was time.
Imagine if you moved by
Shoot.
100 small feet on the underside of your arms. Yeah.
Actually just get it?
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind.
Dude, who likes to just chew like no flavor? Like that's just annoying.
You would chew a piece of milk like all day.
No.
No.
He'll spit it out after like 5 minutes.
Okay,
You
not
don't
that
just eventually
fast.
give up and swallow it like 30 minutes later.
It tastes like.
That's why he goes to 1 pack of gum within like 2 days. He eats half of it first day. Just
Dude, who likes that?
There's a lot of feeding diversity in these guys. They use their tube feet to get prey. Lots of predatory feeders. There's suspension feeders. Deposit feeders. All of these things exist inside of a Echinodermata. I'm gonna grab this.
This is not part of the
They
breed.
feed with the feet
They feed partially with the feet. They use the feet for feeding.
through their arms.
Through their arms.
Say that 5 times.
Use their feet for feeding. Use their feet for feeding. Use their feet for feeding. Use their feet for feed for free for feeding.
Feed for feeding.
Feed for feeding.
Feed for feeding?
Feed for feeding.
Feed for feeding.
Yeah, I did.
Nailed it.
First try.
Nailed it on a Friday.
Oh, I was
Bro, you guys got sugar today?
Hey. Hey.
I'm gonna pull this over. We're gonna watch it, and then I'm gonna give you it back.
Don't. Dang.
Oh, too loud.
Like an advancing army, the Sea Stars move into position, slowly but surely working their way up toward their victims. The mussels cannot run or fight.
Yeah. Like,
All they can do is hide within their shells as their killers crawl over their bodies. Sensory tube feet sweep over the tightly packed mass of shells, searching for any gap in the mussel's defenses.
they're like, fine.
Settling on its victim, the Sea Star hunkers down and begins its attack. The miniature camera, tucked within the mussel's shell, gives us the first look ever at the carnage that unfolds here every day. Once the tube feet have physically breached the mussel's defensive line, the Sea Star's translucent stomach begins the final assault. The animal actually pushes its stomach inside the mussel's shell, unfolding like a fatal flower. The stomach unleashes a volley of chemical weapons, digestive juices that dissolve the muscle's soft pink flesh. All that's left is a nutrient-rich soup, a broth that's quickly absorbed by the sea star. Having assimilated the muscle, the sea star's stomach pulls away. And the animal moves on, leaving behind an empty shell. Without the benefit of speed, brains, or brawn, sea stars are amazingly successful predators.
You know, if I agree with that without brawn thing. Imagine if the only way you could eat pizza was you had to find a pizza organism, pry it open with your arms, and then put your stomach inside of it and digest it.
Open the pizza box.
Open the pizza, yeah. Open the pizza animal, yeah. Open the and then just
No, not that. You skip a step. You have to turn it into soup first.
Oh yeah. You turn it into soup first. Yeah. And then
And absorb its pink flesh.
is right. Nom, nom, nom.
Also known as pizza sauce. Also known as bacon.
What?
Never mind.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. All right, you ready, Obs?
No.
Sure, you don't have my bad. I apologize. You know, called that.
Come to find out, I just did that for my own intention.
Hmm.
You know, follow that.
No, me too.
How to call ducks?
Yeah, like, sorry, Paul.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You good at it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I do the pizza call.
I warned them all to not be here, and there's none here. So
You not do the pizza call?
no.
Pizza. Stick full.
Yeah, show me.
So this one.
No.
Okay, so we're not going to talk a lot about Xenoturbolita there.
You see them colorate, though. So look at it color.
We're going to jump to.
Cuidado.
So, chordates are two basal groups of invertebrates as well as the vertebrates themselves.
This is like a new like thing.
No.
No. It is not.
It is.
Here's our basal guys up here.
Oh, my goodness. My brain.
It's
It's gone.
gone.
Again.
Our table. It's broken.
Are you gonna at least bring brownies again, Gray?
No. It's only on days that you guys are good. No, I am busy tonight. I'm unable to.
Are you going to Sugar?
No.
Oh.
I'm going to our staff holiday party.
I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll be there?
I'll see you there.
Wrong kind of infection, Chris. Staff infection. Nice. Not student infection.
That's fair.
That's so bad.
These are even straight, bro.
All right, so here's your tree here. We're all the way down here at the bottom. Mammalia. Moving all the way back up, we have the Echinodermata out here.
Did you not hear what I said?
Our Durastome. We get all of our things that make us a chordate here. These guys are very closely related, and these are your true vertebral species here. These guys aren't vertebral, the Cephalochordata and the Urochordata. So all chordates have four things in common. They have what we call a notochord. They have a dorsal hollow nerve cord, dorsal meaning back, like a dorsal fin on a shark. They have pharyngeal slits or pharyngeal clefts. And they have a muscular post-anal tail. With an asterisk that sometimes this only happens during embryonic development. And doesn't happen, oops, too far. It doesn't happen after that. You guys, your guys' tail is vestigial.
No.
What structure in your body should be your tail?
My spinal cord.
Not your spinal cord.
Little
Vertebrae?
nub thingy.
The little nub
So
thingy.
insanely gullible, Chris.
Thank you, dude.
The little nub thingy. What's it called?
I don't know.
It's a tailbone.
Yeah, what is it called?
It has a specific name.
It does.
It's not just tailbone or butt bone or whatever.
It's the coccyx.
Oh, that word.
Yeah. The-
Now I'm just
Yeah.
Shut up.
The coccyx. It's on all of them. So any one of these might not be in the adult organism, but is at some point during the development there. Because remember, we got a lot of diversity here between sharks and humans and frogs and turtles and hagfish. Okay, the first of these, the notochord here, maybe. It provides skeletal support. It lies between the digestive tube and the nerve cord. And in most vertebrates, the adult only has remnants of this thing. Including you guys, we just have remnants of it. As it makes up most of our, oops, sorry, here, there. It's part of our axial skeleton, our important one. Some organs. Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't pull on like a cat's tail, because it is an extension of their spinal cord.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, that's why? I didn't know
Do you
that.
just go around pulling the cat's tail?
I was going to ask the same question, but I wasn't brave enough. Yeah, I was not brave enough.
I will be brave for you.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
That's wild. I didn't know that, bro.
Violence to animals is an early warning sign.
I don't do that. I was just like curious, bro.
Gosh, sorry.
Shut up.
Excuses.
Chris's curiosity
I don't
killed the
even
cat.
have cats. They died.
Well, that's a crime in itself.
Have an
I'm not sure
absolute
why.
chomp.
One was like 15, bro. Kept peeing all over the carpet.
He deserved to have his tail pulled.
I didn't really get nastier, bro.
Okay, our next chordate feature here.
He's not even done.
The dorsal hollow nerve cord, this yellow thing on this diagram here. It develops from the ectoderm, the outside layer of the triploblastic germ layers. And it rolls into a tube, and it's dorsal or closer to the back of the animal than the notochord. Think of like a shark here. This is where the dorsal fin would be. It's on the back side here. This structure turns into the central nervous system, the brain and the spinal cord. Now we're so careful not to pull on cats' tails to hurt, so we don't want to hurt them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, I don't do it, okay?
Anymore.
Shut up.
Not after the last one.
Yeah, he doesn't have another cat to
I never.
experiment with.
I just thought that was interesting.
Don't do it to dogs either.
I don't do it to dogs.
He does in fact have dogs, so could be our new subject.
Your dogs are kind of derpy looking, Chris.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I wonder where.
Shut up. One of them just a snob. Legitimate definition. He's a mob.
She tries to eat me every time I walk by your house.
Funny thing is, we don't have any she dogs, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, the one that looks like a girl.
That one that looks like
In
a-
your closet.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what you're talking about.
No, you don't know what we're talking
I wasn't talking to you.
Chris, we were talking about something much more important.
Sorry.
That's Bay.
about.
How late do skills day usually go for?
3 hours.
That's one less than last time.
You guys' math is so bad. You got there at 6:15 and you got out at 9:30.
I got there at 5:30
Why'd you get there at 5:15?
because I don't have a car.
Oh,
That's a skill issue.
it is a skill issue.
Chris, you're a skill issue.
Chris has a car. It's just yellow and has lots of windows.
That was funny. Okay, go back.
Oh, sure, I'll go back for just a second. So it turns into the brain and spinal cord there, Chris. All right, the next thing here, are the pharyngeal slits or the pharyngeal clefts. In lots of chordates, especially our invertebrates, they keep these and they use them to feed through suspension. We use them to breathe out of, except for the tetrapods. So we're talking fish here. Use them to breathe. This forms their gills at some point in time. And in tetrapods, us, or things with 4 legs, tetrapods, we'll count arms as a leg here. These guys develop into parts of the ear, head, and neck. Now, that makes sense because this is, if you haven't figured it out by now, this is the head of this organism, and this is the tail of this developing organism.
It looks like a fish, like cut up.
It does look like a fish cut up. You know what else it looks like? Yeah.
It looks like a diagram for the notochord dorsal hollow. Yeah.
Here's a human larva.
Ew, don't say that.
Very similar looking there.
Yeah.
Because most vertebrates have this kind of developmental stage.
You gotta slow your roll. You almost made that paper fly off the desk. Did you see that?
I'm speedy, I know. Watch me whip. Sheesh. Ice,
Don't
baby.
put that back.
Ice. I'm going to teach it to Aiden. Did you to him next year? No, I'm going to teach it to him so that when he's walking at graduation and Aubrey's getting up there, he can go. We going to graduate some seniors this year?
Probably not.
Every year, yeah.
So,
Oh, a pilk. All right, the last thing we're going to get to today.
No, it's 107.
The last thing we're going to get to today, this fourth part here, is this muscular postanal tail here. It's this one here. This is the kind of gut system here. So after that, it's going to have skeletal elements and muscles in it. In many species like ourselves, the tail is greatly reduced or non-existent. But for our aquatic species, fish and sharks and all of those guys, it is how they get around, is their propelling force. Some reptiles, can't leave my poor iguanas out.